the Magnificat, not one but two. There are two songs of thanksgiving in today's readings. The first one of Hannah and the second one of Mary. Both have the same tune and the same content. Hannah and Mary realize with wonder the great things God had done in their lives. That is the first lesson for us. First of all, realize what God has done in your life. Often we are grumpy and grumbling and unhappy and discontent because we don't realize what God has done in our life. Lack of perception, myopia, you don't see very clearly, you don't look far, you don't look past, you just so confined to the ground floor, the floor looking there, I am, and you grumble and murmur. You don't realize the whole thing, the big picture of God's grace and mercy in your life. If you're an ungrateful person, it only means you have a very poor understanding of the goodness of God, the blessing of God in your life. You don't really realize how blessed you are. That's why you are grumbling and murmuring and always unhappy. Mary and Hannah, they realize what a wonderful thing God has done for us. See, they look at God and they see what God has done. In every prayer, dear friends, make sure it's not about asking for this and that. Make sure your prayer is always thanksgiving. Forget about the little things you cry about, worry about. Those things are totally insignificant. If you believe in God, in the goodness of God, you will say, God, I thank you. Everything you have given, the things you haven't given me, for them also, Lord, I thank you because you know better than I do. So whatever you have done is the perfect ones for me. You see, the realization, even the things you haven't got, that too is in the wisdom of God, you haven't got it. The things you prayed for, you haven't received, that too, in the wisdom of God, God hasn't given you. Thanks be to God. In other words, all prayers have to be prayers of thanksgiving. Every prayer, thanksgiving. Come to the Lord with the thanksgiving. Come to Mass with the thanksgiving. Go home with the thanksgiving. Every prayer, thanksgiving, thanksgiving, thanksgiving. Nothing else. A person of faith can have only prayer of thanksgiving. Another message is, note this too. Hannah and Mary, the gifts they received, they give away. A very important lesson. The gifts they received, they give away. Hannah, after many years of tears, she got this wonderful blessing of Samuel. And more than keeping a vow, she realizes this child is God's gift. It belongs to God. I was given for a while to hold this baby, but this baby belongs to God. Parents, remember this. Your children are, I have been saying many, your children are never your children. So always make sure, like Hannah and Mary, hand them over to God. Place them in the hand of God. Make them over to God. My Lord, this is your child. Thank you for the joy you gave me in holding this baby in my arms. But it is ultimately your child. A great lesson. That applies to everything in life too. Everything in our life as a gift we have received to be given away. To be given away everything. Your life, your money, everything in life you have received, and they are to be given away. If you are holding on anything tied to anybody or anything, you are in the wrong place. If you are holding tight on anything or anybody, oh, that's a very hard thing, isn't it? Holding on to people too tight, you are not wise. You are not wise. Because one day you will find it's gone. He is gone. She is gone. They are gone. The message is, hold on to the ultimate giver, the ultimate lover, the one who gives all the gifts. Hold on to him. Then you will find you enjoy the little gifts of life, the joys of life, what people give you. You enjoy because knowing that God has given this to me. But ultimately, these things are only to be shared with others. But I have God, the ultimate lover, and that is the greatest gift. And I will never lose that greatest gift ever.